Good morning, children. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you all had a good week. I know that some of you have started school again. I wonder how this did go for you, as most of us or all of us have to go into online learning and learning from home. So I'm Steffi, and I'm doing the second commandment for you today with my children and with some, we will see what's going to happen. I've asked my two youngest children, Nele and Leah, if they could maybe remind us of the first commandment, which Shanna was teaching to you last week. Thank you, Shanna, for that. And the second commandment. So let us listen and review the first commandment and then listen to the second commandment.
I am the Lord your God who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. You shall have no other gods before me.
You shall not make yourself an image in the form of anything in the heavens above or on the earth beneath or in the waters below. You shall not bow down to them or worship them. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God.
Thank you. This was really nice of you. So let us talk a little bit about the second commandment. Idols, and you shall not make an idol out of God. How could that look like? I was actually thinking about the story of Moses. And we thought we should maybe look a little bit into the story when Moses received the second commandments. So here you see Moses. He is a man and a servant of God, and he actually led out the people of Israel from Egypt. And they got stuck in the desert like for 40 years. And at a certain point, they came to a mountain and they started resting there and stayed there for a little while. And Moses actually decided to climb up Mount Sinai and meet God. So you can see him here, how he is kind of walking towards the mountains, climbing up. He probably had to rest in between. It was quite a hike, and I think he must have been really tired when he was finally up there. But then really, on that mountain, God appeared to Moses, and he had something to give to him, because he engraved the 10 Commandments into stones, and Moses could carry them down to his people and let the people know what God wanted them to do. So you see him here receiving it, and probably the hike down carrying the commandments with him was probably even hard to do. And when he came down, he saw something. And that actually had to do with the second commandment. Here you see Aaron. Aaron actually is Moses' brother, and he actually stayed down at the foot of the hill of the mountain, and he was with the people of Israel. But after some time Moses had gone, people started coming to Aaron and they started complaining, and they were saying, look, Aaron, in Egypt and everywhere else the people had different gods, and we have a God we can't see, and we want something that we can worship on. And they really started bothering Aaron a lot, and they really kind of wanted to have a God made out of something that they could worship. So after some argument, Aaron gave in, and he started collecting different things that the people could bring. They would bring different items of gold, maybe jewelry, maybe golden teapots or golden, I don't know, whatever they could find. And Aaron started creating this huge golden calf. When it finally was ready, all the people came and they worshipped the God. And they said, finally we can picture God. And finally we have something we can worship, we can bow down to. And they were celebrating and dancing and bowing down. But actually, when we look at the second commandment, they did exactly that, what God didn't want them to do. You should not make an idol or like a picture out of me. Like, don't picture me. I think God is a God who is much more than we can imagine in any picture we could create in our heads. So when Moses came down, he just got really, really angry, because he saw, while actually God was engraving the second commandment into the plates, into the stone plates, his people kept already sinning, and were sinning and not listening to what God wanted them to do. So he came really down very angry, and he destroyed that calf. And he told them, look, our God is bigger than that. We don't need a picture of this. And I think it's a good story to remind us to see how, we should not try to worship God in any item or any picture. We see it in many religions, we see it in many places, but we have a great God who is with us, who is around us, who we can see maybe in different ways and experience in different ways, but maybe we don't need a certain figure to picture them. So maybe as for today, you can try to memorize the second commandment. There's two versions, a short one and a long one. We've also put a craft online today, like it's called a fortune teller. I probably call it a commandment teller, that you can print out and that you can use to maybe memorize all the 10 commandments. We will be continuing doing the commandments, and next week will be commandment number 3. Bye.